everybody, and welcome back to Yoho Blogger's Life for Me cooking series. And this week I'm going to give you the recipe to the Boma banana bread. I used to use the Disneyland banana bread recipe. I think I've made that over at least 50 times. And after I discovered this banana bread recipe, it is my new go-to. It is so good. The texture's a lot different than the original Disneyland monorail cafe recipe, and it's really easy to make. This makes 2 loaves. You can find Boma at the Animal Kingdom Lodge at the Walt Disney World Resort Hotel. I ate dinner there once a really long time ago. It was probably like 10 years ago. I don't really remember it, and it's on my places to try. And to get into it, you're going to need 2 sticks of softened butter, 1 1/4 cups of sugar, 2 eggs, 2 1/4 cups of all-purpose flour, half a teaspoon of baking soda, half a teaspoon of baking powder, 1/4 a teaspoon of salt, 3 bananas. I use about 2 cups, just so you know. It depends on the size of the banana, obviously. And you're going to need a half a teaspoon of vanilla extract, a half a cup of buttermilk, but I never buy buttermilk, the substitute for this. If you pour 1 tablespoon of lemon juice or vinegar into the bottom of a measuring cup and then fill the half to the half mark with regular milk, if you let it sit for about 10-15 minutes, you'll see it start to curdle, and that's the consistency you want for this recipe. And I'll be back in 1 second to help you make this. Okay everybody, the first thing that you want to do is to preheat your oven to 350 degrees and spray 2 loaf pans with non-sticking cooking spray. And you're going to set that aside. And the first thing we're going to do is cream the butter, sugar, and eggs in a large bowl in a mixer. I'm just going to use my KitchenAid mixer. There's my butter. And I like to cream that a little bit at first before I put in the other stuff. I'm almost done. That's all my sugar, and I just have to add the eggs. I've already pre-split them, so I'm just going to add 1 egg at a time. And I'm going to need to scrape the bowl, so I'll be back in 1 second. And I just need to add the last egg. And you want to make sure you mix it well after each egg. And in a separate bowl, you should have mixed the flour, baking soda, baking powder, and salt. And then you're going to add the flour mixture to the butter mixture on low. And that looks pretty good, so I'm going to go ahead and start putting the flour mixture in. And you just need to do this a little bit at a time. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is add in the mashed bananas, buttermilk, and finally vanilla. And I need to break this up a little bit so all the wet ingredients can mix well. You'll probably have to do this a couple times as well. And let's see how that worked. There we go. And here's the buttermilk. And as you can see, that curdled. And you just want to make sure that that's mixed well. And you're just going to put this mix into 2 loaf pans and then put into your oven that's 350 degrees. I'll see you in a minute. Okay, these are my 2 loaf pans that I filled with the mixture. And all you're going to have to do is bake that in the oven for 350 degrees for about 50 minutes, depending on your oven, the size. I have smaller ovens, so I need to check on mine often. And you just want to check it until a toothpick inserted in the center comes out clean. When this is done, I'll show you the final product. Okay, this is the final product. As you can see in the upper corner, that is the loaf, and then right here is the final product. These are so moist and so good. I think it's the buttermilk in them that makes them taste so good and different from the other Disney recipe that I've tried, but I highly recommend these. So the next time that you have extra bananas, feel free to make this recipe and take pictures and post it on my Facebook group page at Yoho Bloggers Life for Me. Thank you and have a Disney week.